Random conversations from the coffee shop guests. Yeah, do you see that Angelina Jolie with that gun firing around corners, right? Yeah, I don't get it. Why don't you just take something that bounces properly and shoot through those fucking cupboards? I mean, what do you think all the cupboards are made out of? You're Irish? Yeah, how do you reckon? Oh, look at that video, mate. Oh, that's on YouTube. That's more like for ogrish.com. What does it do on YouTube? An explosion of a car burning. Why do you stand around there? Why would you do that? Well, maybe they paid attention to school. Like what happened in school. Yeah. So you Irish guys also only sleep. Not all of us. Just those guys don't make it to college, trust me, but wait till I have a car blast. Yeah, that makes sense. One question, you don't have any Irish accent, so how are you Irish? Well, first of all, I'm not first generation here. Secondly, if I would have, and a cop would get me with that low and an Irish accent, I think I might be scared, like properly. I don't want to keep things low profile in the business. Oh, that makes sense. So the Minds meet Swole Boys, and that's a full scene. Can you stop trying to make an American accent? Do you really think like that? I've got fucking no idea. But I want to kind of drive by with a scooter. Or, I guess, I don't think Americans really know what a mod is, do they? No. But we know what rockers are, right? Yeah. Yeah. So that gun thing, do you think that's realistic? Yeah, Americans are pretty much into guns. They're not really into fist fights, so there's not one hooligan scene out there. They got guns like we got fists. Fortunately, they normally don't fire on. Since when are you an expert for American street gangs? 51st state, mate. 51st state. But I kind of like the scooter idea, right? Like a 240cc two-stroke one. Spot it up to like 10,000 turns. And then I think they will hear you for quite a distance. And then you need some, how do you record on the faces of these rockers on the Harleys when you pass by? I think I never ever saw something like that. No, they only have straight roads. Like, why do I want with a Harley in fucking London? So you got a power slide around a turn. And you still get busted. Fuck. So, how much do you know about other establishments like that? Officially, of course, depending on who was asking, nothing really. I think I'm the only one who had that glorious idea. But I'd like to take my right to keep silent. But a good friend of mine, we came both up with a thing, and we decided, look, we like hosting, we like entertaining. His Airbnb runs very well, so every time the German chicks check in, sorry, he's like off. It's like not seen for the entire goddamn week. And then we go to the gym, right? And I wonder, how did you do that, man? What a training. Yeah. But he's got further down there, I went into our house, the techno style going. It is beautiful. Now it's a bit more from the cold side, which I think is due to the preferences of the Airbnb guests, I guess, right? And so there's a lot of Cyberpunk-Music out, and then he slowly pushes them to Cyberpunk, and that's when they're ready, right, to keep silent towards others. And he really managed to get hold of a full-size 3D printed Kyle Reese statue. Kyle Reese. Yeah, you don't want to tell me you're Irish and you do not know Terminator first part. Ah, yeah, the resistance fighter, exactly. So why not Terminator? You're new to the organization, right? Are you? That was more of a thought question. I wanted to see your face. Ah, it's good to see. Alright, mate, right. He managed to get like 80% of them in. Apparently, it has a reason that sometimes on a Sunday evening, there's no way to get hold of them until Tuesday morning. You're jealous? No, man. Respect, mate. So your mate owns the entire house? Yeah, but it's not in London, you know. Mod Inc., right, considered it an interesting business opportunity to further expand into the rural areas of southern England, especially more towards the coastline. Romantic walks at the beach are you really ask for, and you want to hang out sometimes in a nice car and nobody really asks about, and the neighbours are quiet as well. So yeah, he went there. Whole point is he's still a rich guy, right? So he can afford that lawyer that helped my brother out. What happened? Yeah, you know, sometimes we get busted, you know, nobody's perfect, happens. And then he needed a lawyer to explain the court while my brother is most unfortunately not being able to come back from Suriname for the next 6 years. 6 years. Yeah, and the 1 kilo that they proved that he had smoked away in the last half a year when they observed him. Yeah, sentence was basically outdated. Suriname. Yeah, Suriname. That's like Southern America. They speak Dutch. And you have to understand the Dutch are the best of the growers. So you want to speak some Dutch at some point, like, thank you. Or alsjeblieft. Sounds sweet, hey? Wait a minute, observing. Was that those units that later got busted by Irish intelligence that were working for the cokeheads? Exactly. Some of them apparently vanished and haven't been seen since today. Between the two of us, right, do you think it's true that the most exquisite, the poshiest of the posh, noble of the most noble coffee shops ever done by a mod, is on Neck Island of British Virgin Island, run by a sir named Richard Branson? Nah, that's a conspiracy theory, unproven. There's no reason to. Because that Royal Army is currently in that Royal Navy. I know from my cousin Royal Navy is currently to no, don't just. Yeah, Andrew was here. I mean, he still is here. But it's not really Andrew. He might need counselling. Why? Well, despite all advices, I admit he never asked for one, but still, you know. He went to Berlin, and it turns out that he managed to get lost. And then he got into a club, which is... wasn't the Snickers Club, right? Or yeah, Kit Kat. That was it. Never heard of that place. And then he came here back, And he started mumbling about he shouldn't have done a motorcycle tour, and maybe not on the coffee racer clothes, and something about how could that be possibly mixed up with BDSM fetish stuff. He just wanted to go for the loo. I managed to start asking the Irish guy next to him if they consider a, what was it, rubber dildo attachment to a hot plant in someone else's butt sex, even so both don't have a hard on. The Irish guy was like, where can I find that guy? We're gonna burn him so he goes to hell. The Scots guy next to him was just staring at him and then coming over to me being like, did I just hear what he said? So the entire atmosphere was spoiled is quite a misinterpretation. It was fucked. Well, why? They didn't really fuck, did they? Why? That's the technical question it went down all on. Right? So he was really, really confused. He smoked a ton of weed. Basically, I'm out because of him. He's still lying there, sleeping. Nice looking like a nice baby because I think he feels secure, but I'm quite sure he put Berlin off the travel list. So what that kick haircut, you've got an address. What the Irish ask for? Said anything about letters, don't know. Don't want to know. And the Scotsman still today can't remember that conversation ever took place. He just wiped it off his memory. Freaks, man. I mean the guys from Berlin. Yeah. What is that? That's German music. Can you turn it off, please? Give me a minute. Let's turn off the sound just. So is that lady. Well, it turns out, that's what Dr. Google said, that she's actually Russian. And she's doing German music. Yeah, I guess, well, all the German blondes are on porn, aren't they? Yeah, doing a pretty good job there, I think so. So they leave the singing up for the Russians. It's a beer as cold, is it? That's not a reason. So why did you get into the underground coffee shop business? I mean, considering the gear out here, you will face years prison time. Well, you know, I had this white collar job. Wasn't that bad. Kind of paid the bills. But after about a couple of years of going through bullshit, meaning corporate trash talk on a fucking daily basis, figuring out that I spent most money actually on weed to then recreate to go back under that shit, I decided why not just go for the weed entirely, because it's a lot more fun hanging out with other reefers, having a laugh, or just shaking your brains out with one of these tourists, than going through corporate bullshit emails like, thank you for your email, I really understand your point. It's just what I didn't fucking ask for, which you can't write. And that stupid motherfucker's holding back information because he doesn't like you, which is because his secretary fancies you, but she's in another office 2 kilometers far away. So you can't really go have shag her, even you both want to. And he'll fire. And that's the entire way it continues. I fucking hated it. It was such a pain. And then, well, I secretary quit. Grocery shopping? Yeah, gotta do that sometimes. Do you see that chick over there? She's German, right? Yeah, obviously. So look, the French, the Italian, especially the Spanish, right? Latinos not how much they got that naturally, I think. I kind of stand in front of the mirror, right? Figuring how to can be even sexier. What do? I kind of dress down day. except on casual Friday. Well, she's a tenant in my Airbnb. Yesterday she started to get in touch. In another 3 days, I got it down the second-hand shop. Trust me, it's going to take some time. Then she's got to expand for another 4 days, and I'm going to drop that hot sex bomb back to Germany, killing the Germans. Well, that sounds like a plan. Well, I'm married, I'm not going to get into that. Enjoy. So you're the Rastaman here, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Well, looking out, I just arrived, kind of here for my first year. Just making friends. And I, don't you? Well, I mean, you want to know where I come from, right? Yeah. I know about the Rasta movement, right? And part of the mob culture and dogland and stuff, but you know, yeah, most people would think that the average British and Englishman is not black. Well, first of all, there are some black families that date back to the mid-ages, to the Crusades, because the royal fleet was pretty much everywhere and all over the place, but all the time they mixed in, so there always came waves of black men. So, my family is actually from America. Really? Yeah. Not the Caribbean, but America. So what happened to us as historians, right? We didn't take over the boat to go to Haiti and turn pirates, but instead took over the slave farm. You did what? Yeah, it's a big secret. It didn't happen too often, but when the riots started in the Civil War, we actually had to stop our brothers, as they're sometimes called these days, meaning the slaves breaking free from the other slave farms, because we had a deal going there. You had a deal going there. Yeah, look, we came, basically, they took the entire tribe onto the boat, most survived. Then we got all, they got a discounted beer on the entire tribe. So we came there and we considered a pretty shitty place really, and we didn't like getting beaten, so we beat it back. After we figured out what the white shoe cream can do. We just can't use it when we sweat too much. And the carbohydrate stuck on the face, with the little, today they use it as a gang tissue, right? That helped a lot as well. Also, the slave owner of the farm really appreciated a strong man. And we had a couple that didn't mind too much when they bent it over, and my grandfather in person, and actually my grandfather, he had something going on with the daughter of them. They just so much enjoyed it, you wouldn't believe it. So that went on for I think maybe 150 years. Then the revolution came, and it didn't work anymore, kind of. So at some point we went down the food chain, up the food chain, and figured out where that family actually came from, and then we kind of screwed all the way up there because they all work the same way. Yeah, and here I am. So you're half black, kind of? No. They didn't got pregnant from us, trust me, no. But they really, really like other things. Anyway, we had the Kama Sutra, basically. So, where's my Indian girlfriend, actually? We have the Kama Sutra, for generations. The only thing better than beating up the slave driver is screwing them properly, trust me. So who's that fella? It looks like a rich bloke. Yeah, that's a neighbour, from the other house there. Now he's kind of smoking away sorrows because he got the bill for exchanging the discs on the brakes of a Ferrari. Huh? it's not the price tag really. It's like he said something like, if your car would be new then. Anyway, it's more I had to tell his girlfriend I couldn't go for the vacation in Cancun. What, Cancun? Fucking Caribbean, don't know. And that he minds. Now I think he's gonna stay for about, looking to the neighbor, maybe not only that evening. How would you know by looking over there that he's gonna stay more than one night? She didn't pick up his clothes yet, but it's his house. Oh. Yeah, I was outside, right? And on the new bistro, that French style one, were a couple of students from the continent, and then somewhat during the conversation, I mean, they tried to score by their own sides of the people, I don't know, especially with strange ones. However, I kind of made a joke about Tom being relative, and he was like, so like Einstein, and I was like who? And he was like the Nobel Prize winner for the relative of time theory, and I was like, he got a Nobel Prize for understanding that time was relative. Is that in biology? And he was like, no, it's physics. And I was like, what's the difference? He didn't get it. Who's that bonehead in the trunk there? Well, that's a local sales representative of the German community, and it turned out that hadn't really a good answer for a question of one of his clients if they've got that powder also in cherry. Huh? Yeah, he didn't really further specify what he was selling precisely. Right, mate? So that funny officer asked me if it's a requirement to have a proven track record of failure within corporate world to become a mod. I couldn't hesitate but to tell him, no it's not, but it's quite helpful to get the jokes. Is that a German couch from Rolf Benz? Yeah, still. Do you think I'd buy that shit, mate? Look, I heard German gangster rappers, they buy Chesterfield. And I thought, fuck you, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna buy German trash. It's not like that really, until you see the price tag. How do you like the style? It's a bit cold. Yeah. But easy to clean. Apparently they play polo in Aspen. What is Aspen? Oh, it's like a ski resort in the US. They play polo in America. Yeah, apparently. Can I go over the horse with no name? No, I think I got stuck in the desert by the Mustang. Now that's for cowboys, and I'm not gonna get in Aspen around with anything like an American V8, I guess. You think there were cowboy hats there? think it's normally not a polo match, and it's certainly not dog races, is it? The hat doesn't matter. That matter, I can't tell. I'm still not over the pot how they play polo in America. I've got no idea where these guys have been hiding. I thought I was a US expert. There's a headline in the Sun magazine. Husband hires male prostitute over contract killer due to a misunderstanding of the job description hitman. John, any idea who that was? Well, he paid 10 grand and thought it was cheap. I thought a really big payment, and she's so much needed that you had no idea fucking her. She was nice and easy after that hit. I thought deal done. How do you meet these people?